feet as you're moving in.
You alright? It's only episode 4 of the Golf. It's been a while. We're on pillars, mid-ranges, tweeters, trying to keep it as discreet as we can whilst still having a certain element of display, yet it's kind of all about sound. I am not that interested in seeing A-pillars. We can build them, I can build some of the best A-pillars that are around, but my own personal preference, if I could get that soundstage and not have a pillar, then I'd go for it every single time. It's not the case. You need a pillar. That's, you know, class 1 of good sounding cars, really. So we're making them. Have a little look. This is it in their test position. Right. So, as you can hopefully see in there, and then across here, our printed mounts are together in the pillars. We've removed material from the pillars and we're going to make a an enclosure for the mid-range that butts onto the pillar and plays into the pillar, but it's not going to be a part of the pillar. We're going to make the pillar its own thing, we're going to make the build its own thing, and hopefully the two of them will work together for a discrete. I mean, if you can see, you know, it doesn't intrude on the car much at all. This is almost, you know, almost the sort of view of the driver. It's not interrupting my view of that sort of corner there. It's covering probably 15 mil, and I mean this one's actually leaning back further than what I expect it. So that's where that will sit. That's where that one's going to sit. So yeah, currently we don't really, you know, we're not 100% how we're going to sort of finish them, how we're going to butt the two together, everything like that. But we'll crack on and create a gimbal. Look, we'll crack on and get it done, and I'll show you how it comes together. So it's a couple of days further on because we've had some other stuff to do. We haven't been working on this. Jamie's working on the doors. They'll be dead end. We're going to put a baffle in there for now. We will end up modifying the door card and bringing the mid base out into the car, but for now we're going to get the mid bases in, see how they play. And you can see the pillar up there. We've had a little redesign, so they look similar to what you've just seen, but we've created some domed enclosures for the mid-range. Now I am going to open this up, so this isn't going to be a sealed thing. It's another cavity on the back that plays into the pillar, but you can see there the masking in the back of the pillar where we'll build the pillar and then we'll mask these and then we'll put these into place, kind of roughly like so. That's not their exact position, of course, but yeah. So we'll crack on with that now. Get them shaped in, trim these, secure the builds to the fiberglass that we create this back shape out of, and then yeah, we'll have them running. And the old door test, look. Mid base go. Fucking sausage. You putting it in, yeah? Yeah. Great. Be right back. while Jamie puts the other mid bass on, I'll show you this one. This is the C7 mid bass. Not a cheap speaker, 959 quid. So it wants to be good. We'll find out in a little while. These doors should be close to being finished up today, and then we've got the sounding in for the door card to do in the morning. We'll put that on, and then we'll be listening to them. From the other episode, you'll see we've got the 404, we've got it bridged. We could have gone for the 602, but we get 185 watts at 4 ohms, whereas the 404 bridge will give us 200. This is a 125 watt continuous sort of driver. Not necessarily that important really, 4 ohm driver, but it's 87 dB sensitive, 1 watt, 1 meter. It has a QTS of about 0.6, so in the door it should work quite well. But we'll see, we'll find it out. Remember, this whole thing is about figuring out whether the C7 and the VXI stuff is good. Got high expectations of it. Let's get them in the doors. You'll also notice this time around, we're using like a printed baffle, okay? And there's nothing wrong with printed baffles, of course, but it isn't the design that we want to put in this car. We want to put a wedge sort of extended baffle in this car and come through the door card. We haven't got time to do that right now, so we're going to get the speakers in so we can get some time on them, kind of listen to their impact on the door. If they don't work too well in all that door space, we'll put them in an enclosure and we'll design the baffle to suit, and then design the front of the door card to suit that as well. So I want it to look relatively OEM. I want everything to be as small as it can possibly be if it's going to be invasive in the car, you know. So yeah, this is not that it's a good judge of the performance of a product, but this thing weighs a ton. Really heavy mid bass. It's got a big fatty ferrite magnet on it. Usually speakers at this price point have a smaller Neo magnet on there, but there'll be a reason they did this. JL really know drivers, they really know bass drivers and motor sort of technology. Looking forward to it. First layer of deadening on the outer skin on this one. This one's done to a degree until we do the sort of extended door build further down the line. Pillars, so there's no structure has to be made for the pillars. We're not building enclosures like I said earlier on in the video. We've printed and designed the enclosures so we can treat the A-pillar as a vanity panel now. It can just be say a fiberglass paste that dresses the shape, then we can sand that down, fill that and then trim. So it's actually made that whole process a fair bit easier than creating a composite enclosure from a base and then a fabric, you know. So yeah, that's working out quite well. And although, you know, always at this point they look large, they look really big, because of the differences in the colours and stuff like that, and the fiberglass is always sort of a whitey pink. Once they're all trimmed and dressed down, they get much more smaller, so they'll just sort of fall into the car. Obviously they're going to look larger than them not being there at all, but yeah, I think we've played a bit of a blinder on these because they're quite small, and I should be happy with them. have a look at this. That's it. Episode 4's done.